Hangout is live. I'm just doing a little live hangout, little live chat this morning since it's been a while. And as you can tell, new do. So part of the new update, yep, is a haircut. And it took me a few notes so I wouldn't forget I was going to tell everybody. Okay, so part of the new update. Gotta turn that off. All right. So last Friday night at 4 p.m., I came over to the new campground to talk with the owner and discuss of what we were looking towards as far as work camping, what she's looking for out of work campers, what my days are that I work, what hours I work for the full-time job, and whether or not it would be a fix for me and them. And it all turned out great. So I asked her, said, well, since that's all a go, when can we start moving? She goes, you move in today for all I care. I said, well, I've got to work Saturday and Sunday. It's supposed to be coming up some rain. Excuse me. And we had to find somebody to move the camper. Well, she goes, I got somebody for you for that. The dogs are outside, as you can hear. There's dogs outside and kids outside. So, fix that. My allergies are acting up lately. But anyhow, she introduced us to one of the guys here in the park that could move us. We talked to him. He said he could definitely do it on Sunday. And I said, that'd be great. So Saturday in the morning, 9 o'clock when the office opened, me and my friend Randy here, we went down to the office to turn in our golf carts, our keys, our walkie-talkie radios, and to let her know that we'll be moving. So I walked into the office, and she kind of was down at her desk. I said, well, I wish I could have gave you more notice. She looks up at me, and I said, we are moving to another campground, and it's going to be tomorrow because that's the only day the guy can come and pull the camper out. And I just found out Friday night on my way to work that this was going to be the time for me to move the camper be on Sunday, and that the campground is willing to work with me on the hours and days that I work my full-time job. So I'll only be working like Tuesday through Fridays and have the other days off. And I'll be just working for the campground site. I won't be doing no additional work for any paid hours. She's kind of just like that, like, I was going to work with you on that kind of attitude. And then she just kind of turned around and went back to doing something on her computer and that, and didn't say anything. So I just took the keys. I set the keys down on the desk, set the radio down on the desk. I wasn't being hateful or anything. I was being very nice about everything. And then I walked into the other room to leave, and Randy was telling Jesse that, we won't be that far away, that if he still wants him to work because he knows he needs a maintenance person, that he would be willing to drive over and stay working for him as long as he needed him, if he wanted to. And he said, well, where are you going? And he looks at me, he goes, where are you guys going to be at? And I said, I'd rather not say. And he goes, well, why not? What's the big deal? Not like we're going to do anything or whatever, but I don't care where you're going. What's the big deal? I said, I just would rather not say. And he said, okay, fine. Randy said, but we'll be here in town. He goes, oh, so you're not that far? And he says, no. And I walked out and went back to the camper and walked up the hill there. And we were just sitting there chatting a little bit. Randy came up, and within about 10 minutes from the time Randy came up, we heard a golf cart coming up the hill. And he said, here comes Jesse up the hill. I said, yeah. I said, they probably changed their mind. Sure enough, he went outside and was talking to Jesse. He came back in, and he told him that because of my attitude, that they don't need him to work for him either. I said, attitude? What attitude? Well, because you wouldn't tell him where you were going to. We wouldn't tell them what park we're going to. I said, well, it's none of their business. That's our business, you know. They don't have to know where we're going. It's not like there's anything that they have to get to us or mail or anything like that. So they decided to let him go and not worry about him driving over. So at the current time, they have no maintenance man. They have no housekeepers. They only got 2 people in the office. And besides that, the will hasn't been read yet, so there's still no telling what's going to happen. You'll hear people outside talking that. But how you like my new do? How you like my new do? I do. And then, okay, that was Saturday morning. Then I went to work Sunday night or Saturday night, and got home Sunday morning and started putting things down, moving things to where nothing was going to fall or break, and closing things up. You know how you do, moving the slides in. Didn't unhook the hoses quite yet because we weren't sure what time the guy was going to get there. And it was around, I think it was around 10:30, something like that. He finally came and we unhooked the rest of the hoses and headed out. And it's only like a half a mile from the other part. He brought us in, pulled us into our spot, lined it all up nice and straight and everything. And it was around 11:30. And I told Randy, I said, well, since I got some time to sleep before work, I'm going to go lay down, take a nap while you hook up the hoses and everything like that. So that worked out well. That was Sunday morning. Then I went to work Sunday night. Well, actually, on Friday night, not this Friday, it's past Friday, but Friday a week ago, I had mentioned something to my supervisor or lead or whatever at work. She was going in the bathroom, or she was coming out of the bathroom. I was going in. I said, and there was nobody there. I said, so when are you going to talk to them about hiring me on? I'm just a temp service. So I said, so when are you going to talk to them about hiring me on? She goes, already put your paperwork in. I said, oh, really? Thanks. So then Sunday night when I went to work, we had our Monday morning monthly meeting. Boy, that's a tongue twister, isn't it? Monday morning monthly meeting. Blah, 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 blah. Anyhow. So Monday morning, we went to our monthly meeting, and before we went to it, my supervisor told me after the meeting, go to the office. They got your proposal there for full time. Okay. So the meeting got done, and I went to the main office, and there was like 2 other people from my shift in there in different departments, and sat down, and they gave me an offer. I think this is it. Yep. So they had given me an offer, which I will show you all. So right now I'm working through the temp service for, was it $10.60 an hour? I think you can read that. But anyhow, what it's telling me is congratulations. We are offering you position of machine operator. Starting salary will be $12.60 an hour plus a 50-cent shift differential because number 1, weekends, number 2, night shift. Determined by business needs, accepting associate must be willing to move to shifts based on demand. Currently, you will be assigned to 8 shift, which I am at the moment anyhow. So basically I'm staying on the same shift. Benefits such as medical, dental, vision, which I already have through my separated husband, 401k plan, vacation, and 11 paid holidays. Something about employee purchase program, employee assistance program, company paid life and short-term disability, voluntary optional life and long-term disability, and on-site wellness center. Well, the wellness center is kind of quick clinic thing, but you have to be on their insurance to use the clinic upstairs. But that means I a full-time employee. And I need this right now, even though my ventures is traveling and doing things and sightseeing and just at this, I really can use this to get a truck, buy a truck to pull my camper. I've got one in mind from my uncle that I got to start making payments on, which this will help because this raises my weekly pay, and then also gives me money to keep my payments made on the camper, to have some money put back for when I go to leave this area to another state or something like that. I have backup money. So that's kind of my plan. So I'm definitely going to be here definitely a year working therapy. I may make it 2 years, but we'll see. I'm just taking a little bit at a time. And some people are like, well, why are you going to go permanent if you're not going to stay? Well, the money's better. I can always give them a notice in advance that I'm moving, or there's always those options. It's not like I'm just gonna up and disappear and just not call in or anything like that. I don't do that. Well, the campground over there was a last minute notice, but sometimes that happens. Let's see. So the moving the meeting, and then after the meeting, after the job proposal on Monday, came through Starbucks drive-through, because was it Saturday morning I went through Starbucks, and the person in front of me paid for my drink, and the person in front of them paid for their drink. So I was going to pay it forward, and looked in the mirror, there was nobody behind me, so I couldn't pay it forward. Kind of felt a little bad. Said, all right, I'll do it another day. So Monday when I left, I went through Starbucks. I figured, Monday morning be plenty of people. There'll be somebody behind me. So I went through Starbucks, got me a coffee, and I said, pay for the person behind me. And they did. So I made my pay it forward. And I bought a couple little scratch off tickets. My $2 scratch off, I scratched it and I won $25. So basically, all in all, last weekend was extremely wonderful, fabulous. Everything just was in place. I feel like I was really blessed last weekend that everything fell together and fell into place. Wednesday, I went to Sharpie to do the drug test and hand in all my paperwork for the job. What they do, because I was going to get my hair cut anyhow, but what they do is they take hair clippings and they mail it off to California. Then if there's any questions, California calls me. They got a list of my medications, not that they need it for hair cutting, but for their wellness center. We got my medications on hand because I work there. If something happens when I'm at work, they know what medications I'm on. So they have all that information. And after I went and did the drug test and the application paperwork all turned in, I went and got my hair cut because it's starting to get more spring. And then I went and got me a pair of shoes because my other shoes, my toes were starting to stick out in holes. So I went over to Payless and I found a pretty nice pair of tennis shoes with some memory foam in it that feels pretty comfortable, a little bit wider around the toe area for $25. So I can throw my little holies away or just wear them around here for dirt and grub in the campground. I will be getting you some pictures and everything, and with the weather warming up, having extra time off, I will be able to sightseeing, some videoing, some picture taking, and all that fun stuff. The woman in the office, the owner, she told us we'll be getting several coupons to go do stuff for free. So I will be taking you on those adventures. So spring's here. new campground, new hairstyle, new job. So we're off and going. So stay tuned, and I'll try to get videos a little bit more often to y'all. In the meantime, my little pictures I was working on. Just sitting here coloring. Not really drawing right now, folks, but this is mainly was to help me out a little bit with all this, the stress of everything and excitement and whatever. So thank you, Mom. She says, I love your haircut. You wait, when you come to visit, I'm going to do your hair this way, and then we'll look like twins. It's over in the side chat. But, oh yeah, forgotten one thing. First day I'm here, we're all set up. Must have been Monday. I think Monday or Tuesday was nice. I decided to take my 3 guys for a walk. I can't help but laugh because anybody that knows me will laugh at this too and say, oh, it's normal. But I have a leash made to where I got all 3 dogs hooked down on the leash together. And then I got the main leash so I can hold it and only have to hold 1 leash. Well, I walk down the campground. I get off right by a 3-mile sidewalk walkway. It's on both sides of the road, so it's real close, easy for me to get to walk the dogs. I'm looking around. I said, boom, I dived. Hands went down on my knees. Next thing you know, my belly hits the ground. The leash, jump up and grab it. You know, some case the dogs don't take off on me because, you know, new area and stuff, they want to run. And I jump up, grab the leash, and I hear behind me, gosh, are you okay? You turn around, and the owner, she's standing there and worried about me. And I looked at both because I hit on my palms of my hands. So I looked at both my hands, made sure there was no blood coming out of my pants that I was wearing on knees. Took off walking. Well, she got in her buggy and came down to the campsite. My friend Randy's outside, and he was doing some raking with her. And I'm worried about Dawn. She just took a spill up there. He goes, she tripped over. She goes, no, a little rock. I mean, this rock probably wasn't this big around. Probably about the size of a quarter. Because I'm like, what the hell did I step on? It was about a rock about the size of a quarter. So I went for my walk anyhow. Me and the dogs walked a half-mile one way and half-mile back. So we had a nice mile walk. Kind of warm out. But yeah, she come down campground, was telling Randy she's worried about me and that I took a good spill. And he goes, did she get up and go for a walk? And she goes, yeah. Well, she's all right. She'll be fine. If she wasn't fine, she'd come back to the campground. My mom says, you really do take after me. But yeah, I can be a klutz at times over simple little things. You know, I have some bad ankles on top of that because I'm always, as you know, last year, spraining my ankle and having to wear that boot and stuff. And 2 years prior to that, I had an ankle problem. We had to wear it like a walking boot for several months. And so, yeah, I'm surprised I ain't never broke one, but I'm always like twisting my ankles and stuff. But this time I had no twists, no sprains, no gravel cuts and marks and stuff. So I think I did pretty dang good for the first fall. First fall of the spring. Anyhow, I'm going this afternoon. I've got a bad tooth back here that I seen a dentist about and gave me some antibiotics to take until today, which they will be pulling it out. And I won't have a problem with that no more. I told them I want to work on getting dentures. I want to teeth yank today. That's why I wanted to go now, because I don't think later I'm going to get I'll be all numbed up and trying to drink and drooling, and y'all know how that goes when you go to the dentist. So stay tuned for updates and videos and pictures. I do have a couple short clips of the camper over there and the camper over here, but I will be getting them done soon. So in the meantime, everybody have a wonderful day. It's becoming spring. It's becoming beautiful out. So enjoy, be happy, and Be safe. Talk to you later.